Hello, 2017, and welcome to the latest ManCave live stream. I'm joined this week by Mike,
Hello.
and we will be joined by Andy. Unfortunately, there's some technical difficulties which has dropped him off the face of the earth in internet terms. So he'll be right back any second, just as I speak. And I am also joined by Andy.
Hey,
Hello.
There he is. Well, Happy New Year to both of you guys.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to
You too.
2017.
cheers, man. You too.
So did everybody enjoy themselves over the Christmas break?
Yes, I watched The Snowman on a constant loop for 10 days.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
What you do when you masturbate is your own business, okay?
That sounds so wrong given the context. Oh,
It really is. Fair enough.
Oh, it's just like Alec Jones. You'll never listen to him the same again.
No.
Yeah, so it was good fun, family time and everything. So yeah, it was my one was it was a lot less chaotic because we were supposed to have family and then we didn't have family and then suddenly we'd had family and yeah, it was just very flip flop and everything like that. I sat around a lot. I played some video games, which was nice to do, and I watched lots of CGI stuff on the TV. Is it just me, or is it just Christmas TV is just CGI'd? Every 5 minutes, there's something CGI
pretty
on.
much.
Yeah, but you could say that about a lot of things in the world right now.
Yeah.
I'm CGI. I'm sitting here.
Yeah,
I'm totally rendered at the moment.
I'm in a green screen jumpsuit, actually. Yeah.
Nice. Andy's just not.
This
Andy's hand drawn. Andy's hand drawn by
Stop
Japanese
motion.
artists.
I am. Yeah.
That's the way we all want to be. Right. So this is a first live stream of 2017 of Man Cave, episode number 14. We're at number 14 now, so we've been doing this for 14 weeks, which is nice. Had a few weeks off here and there, but this is episode 14. Probably technically not our 14th episode because we've done Comic Con, we've done some interviews, we've done some interesting stuff the last couple of months. I must admit, it is the birth of the channel, and I think every one of them I felt that has been better than the last.
Yeah.
So,
Remember when we did that 90-minute pilot?
boom. And we were so sure that everybody would watch 90 minutes of us chatting.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it down to an hour and a half. Yeah, hour and a half. Yeah, that's a nice edible chunk. And you kind of realise that people shut off after about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Of course, people want to watch three men in their 30s talk about geeky stuff.
absolutely.
What's not to love?
One day that archive might be worth something. It'd be the biggest hit. Oh, what, we get 90 minutes of these guys all at once? Oh, let's go back to the vintage. Watch where it all began. So yeah, with this special one, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through our 2016 top picks of things that we think that you should check out. If you didn't check it out, then yeah. If you did, then hey, it's our sort of rundown of it, and well done if you found them, or a lot of them we would have already reviewed on the show. But yeah, it's just stuff. Yeah, stuff that we'll each be taking a topic, and we're going through it. I think the most conclusive topic, because Mike has invested himself so much, is our first topic, which Mike is going to take us off with. And also it is available on his blog, which the link is in description below. It's a very, very good article, and I think it's worth a read as well after he gives a rundown. So Mike, take it away.
Thank you.
Oh no, don't do it, Mike. Don't freeze on me.
I'm trying.
Don't
man.
die on me, Mike.
I don't want to.
That was such a great intro. I was picking you up and everything. You're just like, get that. Yeah, no, okay, we've lost sound now. And now he's frozen like Kenny Everett. Oh, he's back now.
Oh, like the mannequin challenge.
Okay.
Right.
I think we've just about got you. We've got a little bit of lag, but go, Whites, go.
Go. While it's hot. Go. Right, I'm going to talk about my top 10 TV shows of the year. Thought I'd go from number 10 downwards, basically. I'll zoom through all of them, and I'm going to concentrate more on number one and an honorable special mention.
Cool.
So at number 10, I've got season 2 of Better Call Saul, which I define as the most beautifully shot, impressively acted show about nothing. As in, hopefully, we're going to get a plot twist at some point in season 3. At number 9, I have Luke Cage, which is Marvel's most ambitious and socially conscious TV show to date.
Reviews on ManCave on previous episodes.
Indeed. Number 8, One for the Lads, season 4 of Orange is the New Black. The season finally managed to balance the tragic with the comedy, which is a balance that the show has sometimes struggled with, but season 4 was quite a belter, I thought. Number 7, I have The Night Manager, BBC's The Night Manager, the best Bond series never made.
So good.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so
brilliant TV.
Yeah. Number 6, I've got Netflix's The Get Down, which is, I believe, the most audacious and visually singular show. Some people hated it, some people love it. Point is, you can really deny that it has its own style, and it had spades of it.
Yeah.
And number 5, I got the most beloved show of the year, which is strange, a massive nostalgia and wide-eyed wonder.
Just to reiterate while you're cutting out there, Mike, that was Stranger Things.
You missed all of that, didn't you?
Stranger Things was the show. It cut you out the title there.
I am. That was Stranger Things, I said, masterpiece of nostalgia and wide-eyed wonder that harked back to a lot of classics from the 80s.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Number 4, I have The People versus O.J. Simpson, which was a brilliantly paced courtroom drama that managed to keep us all hooked, despite we all knew how it was going to end.
It was Cuba Gooding Jr., wasn't it? That was in that.
Yeah, but ironically, Cuba Gooding Jr. was probably the worst thing in it, I thought.
Really?
Yeah. Then at number 3, I've got Black Mirror, season 3 of Black Mirror, which I thought it is an addictively dark series, which ironically the best episode of this season was actually surprisingly moving, uplifting, and quite possibly the best single episode I've seen this year of any TV show. San Junipero, I thought that was a brilliant episode. I don't usually cry at shows or films, but I almost cried at that one.
Which number in the series was that?
It's season 3, and the episode is called San Junipero.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only watched the first one.
I've watched the first one with Andy, funnily enough.
Yeah.
So, and we thought
that Nosedive, was it? The first one. The one with Bryce Dallas Howard.
It's the one about the social media.
Yeah, rating people. Yeah,
rating people. Which is so close to reality, it's unreal.
Yeah. And then at number 2, I've got The Night Of, which was a pitch black thriller that actually pulled off the impressive feat of being 3 shows at the same time, because it is part police procedural, part prison drama, and the final 2 episodes becomes like a really gripping courtroom drama. So it was really good in that sense. And Riz Ahmed and John Turturro carried that show amazingly well. So props to them.
Cool.
Right. Best show of the year, in my humble opinion, is Westworld, which it's the best way to sum it up is a sci-fi western based on a Michael Crichton film from the 70s of the same name that is produced by J.J. Abrams and Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best TV shows are the ones that not the best, but the most addictive are the ones that create their own mythology and rope you in, and they keep you hooked for seasons, and you kind of become invested in all the terminology and the world they live in. And I think Westworld did that brilliantly this year. It's a very layered, both from a character point of view and a narrative perspective. It's an impressively layered show. It's full of twists and very philosophical as well, and it functions as a very good parable for the art of screenwriting as well. it's a very difficult show to review without giving away any spoilers. But I thought it really pushed the envelope this year, and it was my favorite.
I asked a question with this one. Does does it give anything away, or does it have any correlation between the original 70s Westworld film? Like, if you've just seen the Westworld film, will you have more of a advantage in this, or is there any kind of spoiler connection?
I think we've lost Mike.
Mm.
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 I can't answer that question either.
No, neither can I.
I mean,
That's a hell of a screen freeze as well.
I know, right? I don't know if he's going to come back.
I'm just going to click off of that because that looks uncomfortable. So yeah, so that was definitely on my list.
Yeah, I still haven't watched. I've only watched the first episode.
You've watched the first episode,
but it's yeah, I couldn't really connect with it like Michael has.
No, there's a lot of people that have, and I don't know. I mean, the jury's out. I might think it's wonderful and everything, but there's a lot of people that are connected. But then a lot of people have connected with the Walking Dead series this season,
I
and
have not.
really haven't.
Yeah, I haven't liked Walking Dead this year, and I haven't watched all of it, but
I've watched 2 episodes, and it hasn't compelled me to watch a third at the moment.
Game of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones last season was such a letdown, I think.
Do you mean the one that's just gone, or
the one that's just gone?
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a bit of a letdown. I thought that they kind of like saved everything for the last couple of episodes, the first episode and the last episodes. With the big battle, and that was it. And I was like, I felt the rest of it was just fill. Pretty boring. And yeah, I wasn't sure. I said that you could have done that whole you could have done that whole season in 3 episodes.
Yeah, there's definitely a case for filler. And
is it because they haven't got? Yeah, is it because they haven't got the George R.R. Martin at the helm now? They've got screenwriters.
I think that they beforehand they had the books that they could base it on, and now they don't, and they're winging it. And that's proving to be a bigger issue than they thought it was going to be. And they've got big plot points that they can keep on going to, but ultimately, I don't think it's going to work out in terms of the TV series. I think the books are going to turn out all right.
I hope so. Yes. I'd probably much more prefer reading the books right now. If a new book came out, I'd probably like to go to that because the TV's not doing it for me at the moment.
No.
Well, anyway, we digress. We've turned this into a Game of Thrones discussion.
We have, but I didn't really know where to go to.
I know, with Mike going off and everything.
Yeah.
He also had a special mention on there, which I guess we'll come back to. But that was his top 10 shows, and I think we've just got to move on to the next topic.
Just a quick shout for Stranger Things, which
Stranger Things.
I absolutely loved. That was definitely my show of the year.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I would say out of the shows that I've seen this year, that has probably had the most impact on me, definitely. I felt excited to watch each episode. It really does say something as well, like, for my wife to kind of watch something that probably is a little bit in her scare zone, if you know what I mean, like something she wouldn't watch, but she powered through because she wanted to see what was happening.
See what happened, yeah.
Great character writing in there where you actually care about the characters. Give me a story where I care about the characters. Even the cop that was almost unlikable in it, you are, I like you, man. You're congruent. You are who you're trying to be.
It is definitely the scariest thing that I've seen this year.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen The Witch, which Michael has, but
it definitely had the most impact. I would say the most excited, and probably the kind of almost AAA effect, because I got the feeling with Stranger Things is that it felt a little bit budget, even though I felt, well, it maybe because it was the 80s thing. I mean, it probably cost a hell of a lot of money to shoot everything that way, and you know, there was kind of like scenes in it that were just, but I felt that it just felt it kind of pulled you in with that. Whereas if I go with my other favorite series, which was the Night Manager, Mike's back, which was the Manager, that felt like a massive, big budget, you know, premiere, exciting event. And also, I suppose because it was British as well, it kind of like I had a special kind of like,
Yeah.
BBC did this. Jeez,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
good. That's my taxes that's done,
Yeah.
my fee that's done that. And so it's
Yeah.
quite good. Sorry, Mike, we had to fill there a bit. We were just saying about shows that impacted us this year as well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
our favorite out of your top 5, to be fair. But yeah, and then we completely lost you. You've moved venues now.
I have indeed. Yeah, I've moved right above where the signal's better. So there you go.
Power line adapters, man.
And
Power line adapters.
I know it should be so.
So yeah, so
Anyway,
you were saying Westworld.
as far as I know, it has no relation to the previous from the film from the 70s, but I might be wrong. Yeah, or rather, I don't know yet. It depends on where they take the show in season 2. To be honest,
So have you seen the film then?
I've not. I'm aware of it.
Well, I think that could be. It's well worth a look. It is. Oh God, I remember watching that when I was about 10 or 11, I think. Over at my nan and granddad's house one time, and it was just like, what is this? This is like robots and things like that. And they were like, yeah, movie made in the 70s. He goes, but that's the guy out of this Magnificent Seven. How
How's he in it?
how's he in it? He's not a robot, or is he?
But yeah, it's it's full of really good actors as well at the top of their game. You have some newbies who give it their best, you know, and others some seasoned pros instead who, you know, can monologue like the best of them. So it's really good show.
Yeah,
cool.
I just noticed. I mean, you know, a small point. You haven't got any documentaries in your top 10, but maybe that's for the best because that kind of complicates things. I'm just thinking of like Planet Earth 2.
Planet Earth 2.
No. I went for like fiction.
Fiction, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Well,
yeah.
Box sets and miniseries, probably a good way to go.
No, definitely. Maybe that's a list for another day, perhaps.
Yeah. But I do have an honourable mention, which needs to be mentioned. Which is like, remember how 3 years ago some reviewers were saying that the best film of the year wasn't the film, it was actually a game. It was The Last of Us.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
For me, it was not actually a TV show. It was actually a game, which technically came out last year, but some of us have only just invested in a PS4, and that's Life is Strange.
So when did that come out?
Which is
Life is Strange came out in 2016, did it?
No, it came out in 2015, but it's a game I played in 2016.
So why is it not on? Why is it on 2016's list?
like I said, it's some. I just said it's something which I only recently played, and it's gripped me so much that I said, you know what, I need to talk about it. I didn't need to mention it in the same breath as the other TV shows I've seen because.
So what you're saying is basically, before another year goes by, when you're going to miss this game, play it before it's 2 years old rather than just one.
Indeed. Exactly.
And what is bringing you into Life is Strange? I'm interested because I've seen it and I've kind of had mixed reviews, but I don't understand what the pull, because it looks like a Telltale game to me.
It is. It is a serialized based game. So it's actually that you don't have levels, you have episodes, and it's actually the best way to describe it is an interactive TV series rather than a game in itself. The setup is it's all set in an art college in Oregon, and the main character Max, she's an 18-year-old girl who finds out she can rewind time. She can't go back in time, at least initially, by much. She can only rewind by 60 seconds. like that. So what happens is as you progress the narrative,
Mm.
but you can choose what actions she does, what she can say, and things like that. And if actually there's some negative repercussions on that, you can rewind at a time by 60 seconds and say something different and see whether the outcome's going to change. All that.
Okay.
And I've got to be honest, when I first got this game, I thought the selling point was going to be, oh my God, you can, the outcomes can be not infinite, but there could be like dozen different outcomes or things like that. And admittedly, if there's one fault, is that at the end of the day, at the end, it's not quite like that. It all comes back to the same conclusion, or rather, to one conclusion which can go in one way or another. But it's not that. The selling point is not that. The selling point is excellently, how brilliantly scripted this game is. I love narrative-driven games, and by the time I reached the end of this game, I felt like I'd grown with these characters. I felt because I dictated their storylines and reshaped them over and over again, I felt like I got to know them, and they're so well fleshed out. They tackle a myriad of topics which actual TV series have fumbled over the course of 5 seasons, let alone 5 episodes. And the fact they managed to do this brilliantly in Life is Strange in just 5 episodes is astonishing, I think. And like any good TV series, I reached the final episode of Life is Strange, and I didn't want it to end. I wanted it to
Mm.
carry on, and that's why it's on my list, because I think it is the most immersive, beautifully scripted TV series you'll ever get to play. That's my view of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Well, those ones are out to watch with that. I don't know. Just checking, because we are all about. Okay, so Life is Strange 2 is confirmed.
There
It
you go.
is happening.
Life is
So,
Strange 2 is happening.
yeah,
Yeah.
according to the interweb, Life is Strange will be continuing. So we'll probably see that probably this year.
I
I'm
don't know if I
wondering.
want to see it though.
But you just said you don't want it to end.
I don't want it that. I don't want. I don't want Life is Strange, the game I experienced, to end. I don't want to try and recapture the magic, which is going to be difficult to do
Oh
all over
God,
again.
can't win with you, can we?
I know that's the. I tell you what, that's
That's
my
nitpicking.
my diamond shoes are too tight and 50s don't fit in my wallet. That's really
Deal with it, Michael. Christ.
yeah. Life is Strange season 2. Look, you wanted more. I just said you can have more, and you're like, I don't want more.
No, it's the whole expression is leave them wanting more. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm going to come back and give you the same thing. Oh, but I fucked it up and now I've tarnished the whole memory of it.
Oh well,
But
you
that,
should be more pessimistic. Sorry, more optimistic than that,
yeah.
really. So
But
you know,
there's a Last of Us 2 game coming out, and that's the one where that everybody was sort of like, oh, well, you shouldn't make a sequel to that because that's it's pure and holy and should be left alone.
I've got to be honest. I'm very skeptical about The Last of Us 2, but that teaser trailer did look pretty awesome.
It's gonna be good. Let's face it.
Are you sure, Andy?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
Remember
If
when
it's
you said that
not,
about Batman versus Superman?
well, you know what? I'll get to that in a second, actually. But,
Yeah, that's what we call a lead-in.
yeah,
cool.
and
Well,
very convenient lead in as we have to move on now
we
to
do.
our
Yes.
second topic, which is
Right.
courtesy of Andy.
Okay, guys. Well, this is my top 10 movies of the year. So starting from the top, and I'm going to surprise you actually. Top one, number 10, Star Trek Beyond.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, so
it's fun.
which I thought was fun. It wasn't perfect.
It was better in 40x.
I was okay.
Yeah, it was more fun in 40x.
I thought it wasn't perfect, but I don't think that any of the new Star Trek films really are. So it does a good job. Number 9, Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
which I thought had some fantastic storytelling, really great special effects. It was funny. It was just an enjoyable ride. I really got on well with that film. Number 8, Tale of Tales, which I only saw over Christmas.
Good movie.
But it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it just really surprised me. Really different way of, it's kind of Grimm's fairy tales, really wicked storytelling, very very interesting, very different.
Visuals too.
Yeah, very good visuals. Number 7, The Hateful Eight, which
Hateful Eight.
it's the thing with Tarantino now. All of his films are too long.
Yeah.
Then, and this was really long. This had a bloody interlude and everything.
Is it Agatha Christie novel in a Western, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like 10 Little Indians, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really was. And yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was enjoyable. It's good to see, Tarantino getting to make what he gets to make, and some of the dialogue was fantastic. But I still think Inglourious Basterds is the best of his modern films. Pulp Fiction for me is still number 1 classic, but Inglourious Basterds for me is forever his best of the sort of 2000s onwards. Number 6, only one that I've seen recently, but Hail Caesar.
That was a funny film.
I thought was absolutely brilliant. Getting into the top 5, Deadpool.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Came out of nowhere, blew the competition away. Interesting fact that I only learned recently, that this film had a lower budget than most of the summer blockbusters, including the new X-Men film, and made more money than the new X-Men film. Yeah. I mean, that's just crazy.
That's insane profit if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's totally changed the game.
Didn't Ryan Reynolds actually fund a lot of the movie himself as well?
I think he did, yeah. He's definitely a producer. Yeah. Number 4, and I'm still not sure about this position, but I feel I need to watch this again. The Revenant, which was...
It's not pleasant viewing.
It's not pleasant viewing, but I thought it was really powerful filmmaking. The cinematography was absolutely stunning.
Did you see it on the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way you can watch that.
Yeah, that is one of those films that's made for cinema.
If you don't, then you're not watching the film. It's sad to say. But, Leo acted himself an Oscar, great, but that's just one side of the story. I think the filmmaking side of things, the director and the cinematographer's work should have been more of the focus of that whole thing.
Tom Hardy got a nomination as well, didn't he, for Best Supporting?
Yeah, and I thought he was pretty good as well.
He was a scumbag in that. I hated him.
Can I say something a bit unpopular? I think Tom Hardy was better than Leo in that film.
No, I wouldn't disagree with that. I'd rate Tom Hardy. I'm a bit of a fan anyway. So
I love Tom Hardy. I think he's one of the 5 best working right now.
His new TV show on Saturday.
Oh yeah, are you 2 Hardy boys?
Hardy boys.
Right, carrying on. Okay.
Drop kick your ass.
Number 3, Captain America: Civil War, which is the best comic book film of all time. I don't think there's a better one out there. I think it's
quite a broad statement.
Yeah, I just can't think of one which is better. It's more that I just think it is the best. I can't, anyway, leaving it there.
It's one of the best, definitely. I'd say that. Yeah.
For a debate for another time. Number 2, Train to Busan.
You watched Train to Busan, yeah.
Yeah, and just as a sort of mini review, Korean film that came out in December, I think. Yeah, and basically, there's a train going from Seoul to Busan, and there's a zombie outbreak during that time, and it looks like it's just going to be 28 days later, or World War Z. It's set in Korea on a train, and it's so much more than that, and you get to really engage with the characters. There's a really good father-daughter storyline going on, and it's just good filmmaking. there's no other way to describe it. It's such a good film, and you really engage with it quite quickly. And yeah, I just loved it. It's
Cool.
very, very hard to review, to be honest, but it's fantastic. And that leads me to my number one, which is Batman. No, Arrival.
Oh, thank God.
Arrival.
Arrival was the film of last year, although it seems to be getting completely ignored in a lot of the Golden Globe nominations.
And that is a crime.
But I mean, look what's getting all the nominations. La La Land. So that's where they're.
I'm seeing
we haven't seen La La Land yet.
Yeah,
I know, but it's.
I'm seeing that next weekend. Yeah,
it is a type of movie. It's almost like, let's pick this type of movie to be noticed.
but Arrival should be that type of movie. It's made for that. Like it should be Oscar bait, and I don't understand why it isn't.
Well, you don't know yet. You don't know yet. I mean, it might. I mean, normally the BAFTAs have a heavy hit on that because the BAFTAs kind of like, it does influence a certain amount. It makes people look again a little bit.
Yeah, I patiently wait and see, but I'm not confident that it's going to pick up many nominations.
I mean, it's had great critical reviews. I can't wait to. I've missed it at the cinema, unfortunately, but I'm waiting for it to come out on perfect because I want to watch it on perfect quality, like a 1080 or something. So
I'm waiting. You've got to watch it on as big a screen as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting. Might even flip the 3D on. Who knows? Crazy.
I mean, just a special mention because there's films out there that I haven't seen this year. Hunt for the Wilder People, which is getting a lot of good reviews. Mike, you liked The Witch, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that yet. Sure, there's other ones that I'm forgetting.
Scary film.
Rogue One didn't make the top 10.
No, it didn't, did it? You know what? It should be in there. And I only saw it recently. Yeah.
But it's so hard when it's kind of in there. It's kind of like, like I said, if you're actually basing it on your filming experience, I think, we've got a lot of hype about it. And I've said Rogue One, I like it because of what it represents. I really do. More than anything else, it's now opened up a door. So, to so many more films that can happen.
It would probably be number 10. It would probably push Star Trek Beyond out.
Yeah. I can see that.
But it wouldn't get much higher than that, I don't think. It didn't have that big an impact on me. And just as I mentioned is like Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. I wanted to be better than they are. And I just want those films and that series of films to get better. It's really pissing me off.
I've tried to watch Suicide Squad again and I've failed. And I've also tried to get through Batman. I've watched another 15 to 20 minutes and I failed again because I just can't sit through them. I don't know what it is. It's just they're not pulling me in.
It's poorly. It doesn't feel like a film that's scripted. It feels like a film that's been assembled. And it's very different, It feels like different blocks have been put together very awkwardly, and there's no flow to it. That's what it is. But can I say something which I've been meaning to say for ages, and I need to get off my chest at this point? The whole Martha thing. Martha.
Martha Kent.
Martha Gate, basically. I don't think it's that big a deal like some people make it out to be.
Sorry, what is the Martha Gate? I'm not familiar.
But people keep mocking. The main thing that people mock about Batman vs Superman is they say that.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you got to this point?
I haven't.
Sorry. You haven't seen it?
I haven't got to this part in the film. No. If you've
seen it and you tried rewatching it.
No. Suicide Squad, I've tried rewatching, and I thought I'd try and give it another go. But Batman vs Superman, I'm not even halfway through, and I've tried. I keep trying to watch it. I've watched another 10, 20 minutes or something like that, and I'm not pulling myself through. Okay. I'm not really that bothered, to be honest.
Anyway,
without spoiling anything, I'll try and say this. Martha Gate is not that big a deal. there are other much bigger problems with that film than that little moment that people keep focusing on. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Granny's peach tea. I'm just
Nice.
leaving it at that.
Granny's peach
Oh,
tea.
God. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
well,
yeah.
that's it. So that was the rundown of movies. That's a good one. I think all of those, yeah. If Arrival's the only one I'm really I'm sorry I missed that at the cinema. I really am.
Such a
Actually,
good
to be
film.
honest, I'm sorry I missed The Revenant in the cinema because I actually watched that on the TV, which was not the best thing, but I did think I was very impressed with it.
Yeah, Revenant was 2016, wasn't it?
It
You
was,
know,
yeah,
I'm
it was
just looking
It
through.
January
was.
2016.
Yeah, just going through it in my head again, and I'm
Uh,
like, what?
it was just 2016 because
It was
it was in the
January.
it was in yeah it was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
official release was in January February, but the Academy Awards and BAFTAs and things like
Yeah,
screeners all became available at
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
So yeah, so it is hard when all that stuff's out there.
Oh yeah.
To actually
yeah.
pinpoint it all. So yeah, cool. Movie season coming up. I'm trying to get through every nomination for the Oscars like we did last year and almost got 100% of the awards. Right, I'm going to go through. My rundown is a lot shorter. It's not a top 10. It is a top 5, mainly because I haven't played huge amounts of games, and I feel as if you need to actually play, a decent amount of game to actually, give it a recommendation or something. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go for a top 5. So I'm going to start off with Overwatch. Overwatch multiplayer game. Now I have played quite a bit of this when it first came out. I haven't played anything on the console. I played it on the console. I haven't played anything on the PC or anything like that. It is a game which is very involved. It's very team based. It has kind of like become, like with every Blizzard game, its own entity, same as World of Warcraft or something like that. It's become a massive multiplayer game, and yeah, loads of people like it, and loads of people have some great fun. So you can probably pick it up now for about £24. So Overwatch, if you're into your first person shooters or your first person team based co-op type things, then it's a good one for you to have a look. All the characters have kind of become mini celebrities on their own, which is quite interesting because all the manga art that they represent, and yeah, so that's not a bad one. The next one I wanted to mention was Lego Star Wars. Lego games pretty much have been the same, probably nearly for 10 years now, ever since the initial Lego Star Wars came out. This is Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. I got it for Christmas, and I'm liking it a lot. I like it a lot. It's very, very good. Takes the it now Legos can talk. It now takes a direct vocal from the film and puts it in the game, which is quite a nice touch. So you actually get the actual talkies from the scene, which is good. There are also extra content with the season pass, which I have picked up as well, which also have extra stories that run before and during and at the time of The Force Awakens. So, like, wouldn't you like to play as Chewie and Han Solo when they go and catch the Raptors? The Rathtars on Force Awakens. You can play that story. So they've made up these kind of extra stories, which, of course, because it's licensed and everything, that means it probably becomes canon. So it's quite interesting. I thought that was quite a bold move by them. I was like, oh, you're making up stuff here. Okay. And, yeah, so that's good. So Lego Star Wars was good fun. The other ones I want to mention as well, Hitman. Now, Hitman. I have actually played some Hitman, and I tell you what, that is one clever, clever game. It really does, what Mike was saying about choose your own adventure. It's got heavy elements of that. It is a video game, so obviously there are restraints of kind of you have to play it as a video game. But the so many different ways that you can actually play out to eliminate your target or meet your objective. There is just your imagination, how you think it can go. I've played these Hitman games before. I think, right, okay, I can get out the window. I can grow this guy. I can do this. I can do that. Da, da, da. And it never really worked out. It was just like, well, why doesn't he move? Why haven't I got this ability to do this? Why can't I do that? And I always found it quite restrictive. With this Hitman, there are so many different ways that you can approach this, and it's so interesting to calculate it down. And the difficulty to it all is, you can go really high on it. Because it's episodic as well, they didn't have to make the entire game. They just waited till it was popular enough, and boom, they kind of like churned them out after that, as and when people need it. And
the episodes are available online, weren't they? Over a period
they
of
are
time.
all available online. So you buy the first one. Well, you can download the first one as a demo, and it's like a training boat. They give you like a training yacht inside a hangar, which is quite cool because it's all set up like, oh, this is a espionage training center, which is great. And then you kind of study the mechanics and everything like that. Then you'll go to other things like you'll go to Paris, you'll go to Rome, you'll go to these kind of big kind of places where you've got this objective and you've got all of these variables around you, and you just think, right, or maybe I could dress up as that guy and then go, or maybe I can pretend to be a barman and go do this. And it's just really clever. It's a very, very clever game. I plan on getting the rest of the game and properly getting into it. I've only got the first episode, but already there's so much content in there because it keeps you going back, keeps you getting there. So I'd say, that was definitely a well worth. That's definitely in my number 3, I believe, on the 5. Uncharted 4. I like Uncharted 4. Very good Uncharted 4.
A lot of people love it.
Good. It's amazing that they can actually still have you do of stuff in a very beautiful environment, but they keep it going because they give such a good story. They give you such a wonderful story. It's the same thing with The Last of Us as well. The gameplay mechanics in The Last of Us are not that clever. They have been done to death a million times. They've been done better in other games. But coupled with the great narrative, the character-driven stories, the writing that they do, it really does compel you to go on. And that's the same as Nathan Drake. You are Indiana Jones. You're on a very linear path as well. There's not much you can do sidewise or go side quests. It's not a sandbox environment. So really you're just following this set path, a bit like I think I found Tomb Raider a little bit more open world in that sense, because you could zip around the environment a little bit more. With the Nathan Drake story, you're bang on the story and you're following it, but it's such a beautiful ride that you kind of you enjoy going through it. And I always think it's always almost a showcase of where technology of next generation console gaming is with the Uncharted games, because it pushes the PlayStation to its absolute limit on kind of graphics and smoothness and stuff like that. So yeah, it is very good.
And you can play even a game within a game, can't you?
Yes, I was. I played it. I played myself. I played a PS1 game in there.
Played yourself?
I didn't.
Liam
Walking in the air. Sorry, didn't mean to turn you on there. The one I would actually put as my favorite game of 2016 is Titanfall 2.
What a surprise.
Titanfall 2, the game that has totally taken over the ManCave crew this past couple of months now, isn't it? Since we all started playing, maybe a month or two ago.
It's actually less than a month.
Is it less than a month?
It feels longer. It's actually less than a month.
Yeah.
It's definitely about 60 or 70 levels ago that I've pulled in that game. So let's just, I'm glad we can actually talk about my number one game collectively as a group. Why do we like Titanfall?
Because you told us to like it.
That was it. Told you to like it. And I was right.
No, I've got to,
damn it.
Right. I'll tell you as the gaming virgin of the group. I
So much of a virgin that he didn't even had a headset to talk to us
I
for a
know
good
to
couple of
communicate
weeks
by
there.
messenger.
His
So
cherry was well and truly no.
um,
Yes.
you're putting
Go
you're
there,
putting a
Andy.
bit
Go
too
there.
pathos into it. No, look. Basically, as someone who is absolutely crap at first-person shooters and did not see the appeal of them for a long time, I've become very much gripped by this game. Um, One of the reasons I've become so gripped with it is because I do think, aside from the very addictive multiplayer platform, I think it's got a really brilliant single player campaign mode, which gets you into the whole swing of it and into the world. And then when you finish it, you're like, right, I want to carry on. What do I do?
Yeah.
Go into multiplayer.
Yeah, because I wondered whether you guys would just stop with the campaign. And I know that's enough. I'll just keep playing the campaign, and
It
that's
doesn't
it.
feel right to just end it with the campaign with this game though. Like there's
Mm.
so much more to explore through the multiplayer and getting a team together. And so yeah, the the single player game just feels like a demo for what's to come in, you know,
Mhm.
yeah, I think you said it, Liam. The game lives in multiplayer.
Yeah.
So yeah, uh, it's quite interesting because I thought there might be more kind of downloadable stuff. Like there hasn't been a season pass, has there?
No, they're not going to do the season pass thing. They're
Mhm.
not going to do. What they've decided to do is all the maps that will come out for it will be free. So
Cool.
effectively, we are getting a free season pass.
Oh
So
wow.
everything that yeah. So
That's
there's the
good.
first level was Angel 24/7, which was a remastered from the previous game, and that got released. And then every couple of months or something like that, every time they release it, we'll get it for free and we'll play it because they it's more important than to keep their fan base and keep their player base happy and levels up.
Yeah.
And if they want to supplement their income, which is a pretty good model, you can purchase cosmetics.
Mm.
So the cosmetics that are available right now in the store are different paint jobs for your Titans, also finisher animations for your Titans as well. So if you love your finisher animations, which they are pretty cool for the Titans as well,
Mm.
then you can buy customized ones. I think they're out for two. I think out for Ion and Scorch at the moment.
Hmm.
Those are the two Titans that have got a facelift. Obviously, there's 6 Titans, so that means we've got at least another two cosmetic packs coming out in the next month, and then probably another two after that. So I think they've done very well. If they just go, I mean, if they keep building on it, games like Overwatch has got such a player base, and it is free to play. It has got such a player base that they keep adding content to keep that player base up. If
Hmm.
Titanfall 2 goes that way, that's great. That's very good for us because you can imagine like one day they just go, okay, you got all these new maps. Here, have a new Titan. And then the balance just changes again. Who's learning the new Titan?
Mm.
Who's doing this? I mean, already there's so many weapon combinations that we can put together as you're all finding to change your loadout. So it's great. And yeah, there's some shit things as well, like the way that people manipulate the game. But you're gonna get that, but you don't feel bad about it because no matter how much they manipulate, the tide can turn at any moment, and
Yeah.
that's the great thing.
They're probably going to do a big patch for the game pretty soon, aren't they? I think it's overdue.
They got the
Ones that
second patch. They did do one. They did do one on release. The month one
yeah.
patch.
Oh, they did do another one recently, didn't they? Yeah.
They
But
did do. They did fix some things with it.
yeah, there's
Hmm.
probably going to be more of that, I should think.
But EA, I don't think we're ready for how much of a success it was going to be. They
No.
thought that Battlefield 1 would be the big success, and to be honest, player numbers they're okay. They're not amazing.
Yeah.
They honestly thought that it was just going to be. It was almost like they forgot about it, and now everybody wants to play Titanfall. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is so much fun. I'd love to be good as in a team at that game. That would be great. Just everybody just because when you work together and it feels so good, it's so much, what's your Titan? I'll help you out. I'll do this one. And you just backwards and forwards, or you manage to team up on a Titan and, just destroy him completely. It's just brilliant.
And instead,
yeah,
instead,
I managed to come top of my team not too long ago, a couple of days ago. It was just such a good feeling. But it's the one where you've got to you've got all of the A, B, C objectives.
Yeah, hard point.
And that's
it's great. But for us,
objectives right.
For casual game players like ourselves, and we are casual game players, even though playing every night, we might actually be going into the realms of not. We seem to be just messaging each other. I'm on, let's go. But keeping that casual game base, I think the matchmaking is good enough where, we can feel dominant now and again. I think that's really important as well, getting that game balance, because as soon as it feels like Call of Duty, I'm out. As soon as it feels like, I'm spawn, I'm dead. Spawn, I'm dead. Spawn, I'm dead.
Yeah.
As soon as it starts feeling like that, I'm done.
That's what I was worried it was going to be like, because I've played online for first-person shooter games, and it really was like that for me. It's just get up, dead, respawn, dead, and over, where you just feel like, just kill me now, let me go, like that.
Yeah.
Well,
but it wasn't like that.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's just part of modern gaming. I'm just glad that there's something out there that just makes me feel like, this is cool. This is I'm jumping in a robot with my mates and we're all going to war. It's pretty nice. It's a nice feeling. So that was my top game. Thank you very much for all of your top 5, top 10s, both of you. I did my top 5. I definitely see Arrival. That's definitely on my list. I think Arrival and Westworld, I must invest in it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to end we've run over at the moment. I just want to kind of hit up on goals for the year. Brill, just what are you planning for this year? What are you kind of like, have you got one goal? And it's not, I don't like to use the word resolutions, New Year's resolutions, because they're no good.
Can I have 2?
Have as many as you want, mate.
I'm gonna go. I'll have 2 then. So I've got a marathon coming up in April. Yeah, I'm doing a London Marathon, so I need to train my arse off to do that. And also, I want to do some traveling. And
traveling.
Yeah, because I've
been
to
Wales, man.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Shut up. I haven't been outside Europe since I went to study in America, in 2009. Yeah. So, I need to get out of Europe.
Okay, we'll do San Diego Comic Con. That's the only thing. Yeah. So please send money. Send money to ManCave. Get us out.
In the meantime, there's the next London one we can do, the end of May.
There is one in the end of May.
Yeah. We'll have a chat about that.
We'll have a chat about
that.
No.
So. Oh no, Andy, I don't like
offline. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Mike, was that what you wanted to say? You wanted to. So, Mike, have you?
Andy,
got some...
I've got a feeling Andy's just obliterated mine.
Sorry.
Have you really?
We'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I hate when you guys fight.
Is that when the marathon's on? Can't you just run to the Comic Con?
No, just get on with your top.
These kind of arguments do go viral, so yeah, carry on.
Okay. Right. What my New Year's resolution? I want to teach my son as many pop culture catchphrases as possible.
Oh my god! So is he talking?
I'm starting with "I ain't afraid no ghosts."
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
Yeah,
buy that for $1.
And shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Okay, that's
all the best
goal.
catchphrases have got swearing in them.
Interesting goal.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I'll shut up because it's going to take up too much time. But...
Okay. No problem.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I got one. I do my usual realize I've not picked up the guitar as much as I would like to. So I am on my continuing journey to use these guitars that are behind me and try to actually play something. So it's been an ongoing journey for a while. So I'm going to continue with that.
Wait, you've had all those guitars for 14 episodes, and only now I'm finding out you can't play them.
I can play them.
Okay,
I can't play them very well.
Okay,
I can't play them to a competent level where I could actually pick up more. Well, no, I suppose I could actually play about 3 or 4 songs or something. But what I want to do is play lead guitar, which is quite sketchy with me. So it's always just about time. But I only seriously started playing about.
We need you to do our speed metal ManCave intro. Like
speed metal, yes. Well, speed metal, you just so happen speed metal is quite easy. It's just you just run up and down the fretboard very fast. But yeah, speed metal, we'll have a go at that. Yeah, yeah, I think goals for the year. I think we should have some goals for ManCave, but we're gonna, want to flesh it out, use the channel a bit more, learn some more stuff, and use it as a vessel to fulfill our vision that we have for it, because it is our channel. So it's our 3 of us' channel. So we should really use it to put what we want up.
Oh, here you go. Very quick resolution, a goal for ManCave. We should have a few guests on this year.
I've mentioned many a times.
Yes.
I mean, it's always just finding guests, getting them on, and getting them to I don't know, sit through our chats, I suppose.
I think my wife has just about watched all of Netflix over the past few weeks, and she would gladly contribute to that. Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. We could do a WAGS edition. I'm sure they'd love that.
A wife edition.
Not now that you called it that.
So,
right.
Wives and girlfriend. Yeah. That'd be good. So, well, thank you very much, guys. We're going to sign off right now. That was a bit of a longish one, but still, we got the content that we wanted.
It's a special, isn't it? Yeah.
It is a special.
It's what the people want.
It's what they want, man.
They're yelling for it.
Right. Thank you very much. And we'll be please join us again next week when we'll be doing this all again. I've been your host, Liam. Thank you very much to Mike. And thank you very much to Andy, the ManCave crew. See you again next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.